play the character of Thomas.
My name is April Lind, and I play the character of Dr. Stone.
My name is Whitney Davis, and I play the character of Tiffany.
My name is David Olson, and I played the character of Mr. Lenny.
Sharon Gonchak, and I play Sharon Tills.
Thomas and I are both go-getters. We are pensive thinkers and tend to try and look before we leap. My first role with Mark Lewis was playing Detective Miles in the audio drama Greed. Detective Miles was a very forward, go-getter kind of character who is out to serve justice. Thomas is a wounded character. He's still a go-getter, but he has much more depth and emotion. I hope I brought to this film a sense of a truly wounded character and someone who is trying to do better for themselves as well as for their community. And hopefully I brought you on a little bit of a roller coaster ride. I would tell other actors to follow your feet. Wherever it leads you is where you need to be. Don't be afraid to go and take that first step.
The most intriguing thing about Dr. Stone is the fact that she had a level of detachment with the other characters. She wasn't directly involved on a day-to-day basis, yet she was deeply involved on the level of being Sharon's, physician. So that intrigued me because she had to kind of step back, but also be right there in the middle of the action without being there. Whenever I thought about Dr. Stone's character and how to make her come to life, I thought about the own troubles that I had had in my life, personal things that had happened to me, and how it always helped me to have a person to talk to about it and to give me advice and direction. And that kind of helped me build a foundation for her character and go forward that way. If I were in Dr. Stone's position, I think I would have probably removed myself a little bit more from the situation and not proceeded with as many details and telling Sharon about the exact nature of her problem. But then again, there may not have been a movie, but I think that's what I would have done differently. My acting experience has primarily been with live theater. So since the time I was 5 all the way through now, for 25 plus years, I've worked with the stage and live audiences. So this was actually my first film endeavor. It was very different, but it was a learning process for me, and I enjoyed it very much. My favorite part of making Sharon was being able to learn how a film is put together and to see all of the work that goes into producing the final product, because I think when you watch it as an audience member, you have no idea what these people go through to get a finished product for their audience. And I also learned from the techniques of the other actors, since they were film actors, and learned from the behind-the-scenes jobs. Taught me a lot about the industry that I hadn't known before. I think the most difficult thing about making the film was adapting my personal acting style with film acting style. I know your expressions generally have to be more intense, but not quite as big as they would be on the stage. So I was constantly reminding myself that less is more, and the camera captures everything. That's definitely something that I learned. So it was the hardest thing for me was to kind of adjust my acting experience to fit the film role. I really love working with Mark because he's very focused and he's very professional, and he constantly conducts himself in a manner that keeps the cast and anybody that he's working with comfortable, yet focused and driven. He's a good teacher. He explains why he's doing what he's doing. He keeps you informed, and he is always open to listen to suggestions or if you have concerns. So he's a really great mentor when it comes to acting, and if you were interested in another aspect of film, he's a great person to learn from. His professionalism is probably the best thing that I do like about Mark.
Tiffany, let's see, tell you about Tiffany and her diva style. She is the creme de la creme of divadom, if that is even a word. She is very confident in herself as far as mentally and physically goes. And she is a very warm person, which she attracts attention and she demands it. Do I see any similarities between me and my character Tiffany? Definitely. Definitely some similarities there. We are both, I'm not as diva as she is. I'm a bit more discreet than she is, but we both are divas in a sense. My acting experience, let's see, what's my acting experience? I have been acting for a little over 7 years now. I've done a lot of community theater. This is actually my first feature film. Very, very excited about that. I've done a few short films, but this is definitely the beginning of a promising career for me. What was my favorite part about making the movie? I would have to say that my favorite part about making the movie was really actually the entire experience. I am a film buff. I am an actress. So just everything, getting to know all of the cast has been amazing. Getting to know just everyone, the directors, the extras, just everybody communing together has definitely been one of my most favorite things, as well as just being in the environment, period, has been a blessing for me. The most difficult thing about working on the film would probably be driving all the way to Timbuktu, somewhere in the parts of Jinx that I had never, ever, ever, ever been in my life. That was probably one of the most difficult things. How did it feel working with Mark Lewis? It was awesome. I really, really hope that I get to work with him again. He is an inspiration. He is hungry, and he is a positive person, and he was a very good director. He was very patient, very, very patient. He gets like 15 points credits for his patience. So awesome. If I had it to do over again, what would I do differently? Prepare better. Definitely prepare better, and get plenty of sleep the night before. The most important thing that I want the public to take away from this film is that you decide when you start living life. Life is for the living. If you don't want to live, then you might as well just go ahead and just dig a plot or pick out a plot and start digging. Life is for the living. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter what happened in your life. What your past makes you and molds you, whether it was negative or whatever. It makes it and molds you, and you're supposed to take that and you're supposed to build off of that and build a strong foundation. So life is for the living. Live your life. Enjoy it. I want people to know that I am great. I am greatness. I'm walking in my greatness, and I'm very excited about my future, and I can't wait to work with all of yous out there in the world.
Mr. Lenny's kind of he's a pig. He's a chauvinistic, very confident, very cocky, a user. Not a very nice guy. I see a lot of similarities between me and Mr. Lenny. The not a nice guy part, not so much. I'm pretty much a nice guy. I would have to say the cocky, most definitely. Arrogance, most definitely. Womanizer, try not to be. Overall, yeah, being a business owner, I'm much the same. I would have to say, yeah, we got a lot in common. I'd have to say I like most about Mr. Lenny is the way he carries himself. He very confident, very secure, likes women. You gotta love a man that likes women. Business owner, you know, he's got a kind of a go-getter attitude, and I really connected with that. I would have to give a little advice to Mr. Lenny. He needs to be a little more discreet. He's kind of a loose cannon, and makes a little decision that's going to get him busted. He needs to kind of be a little more incognito, so to say, a little more low-key. I actually was in auditioning for a different role, and after meeting with Mark and reading the script, he immediately said, I want you to try this, and after doing it, he and me agreed that I kind of fit the bill because, like I said, I feel I got a lot in common with Mr. Lenny. My acting experience is I've done quite a few commercials. This is the third movie I've been in. Smaller stuff, a few out of towns, a lot of commercials, like I said. Commercials are a lot of fun. I did a horror film, killed a girl, it was a lot of fun. Little blood, and played a supporting role as best friends, military, went to the military, came back, and kind of the king of my town. It was a lot of fun. One of the most memorable moments of making the film was the cast. I'd have to say the cast was a lot of fun. Hanging out, talking, getting connected, you know, going over the lines, reading the script, and watching others on film. Pretty memorable. The thing that stands out the most, I'd have to say, was the sex scene. Making love to a couch was a lot of fun. Working with Mark was awesome. He's funny, just knows what he wants, tells you how to deliver it, and gives great advice. Wrote a great story, and just super easy to work with when he's behind the camera. Just a lot of fun and helps you relax. I would like everybody to know about me personally that, you know, I'm very versatile. I could give a lot to different roles. You know, with a little direction, I can pretty much, I think, accomplish anything and, you know, make all my dreams happen, which they're in the process. I'm a car dealer. Been doing it for almost 20 years. A lot of fun, a lot of free time. Being a business owner, get to meet a lot of nice people. Get a lot of me tonight. Not a lot nice people. I know it's hard to say. A lot of freedom. Being self-employed is a lot of fun. Gives me time to work on, you know, other projects. That's about it.
Sharon is a little bit of a complicated character. She has a certain side to her that knows that the responsibilities in life go a certain way and you have to be a certain way in life. But it has this playful side that wants to adventure out and find things, but doesn't know how to find that path again. And I guess she's ready to learn how to find that path again. Similarities between my character and I. Okay, yes, I do. Strong-willed women who want to make sure that their life goes steady and strong, have, you know, perseverance in the way they attack life, I want to say. And yeah, I think that I would definitely say that she and I are very similar, and she wants the best for herself out of life and is ready to go get it the best, you know, way she can. Advice I'd give Sharon for the future. I'd tell her to let go of the past and let the past stay in the background of the past and move on with your life. Keep going forward and try to achieve the goals that you want to achieve. But learn from the past, but don't stay in it. What I got out of this role is a lot of knowledge about how other people actually go through the same things. Each person goes through a lot of things in life, but a lot of people don't realize it's all the same. And the big picture, it's just like my sister. I could have said, "Oh, this is somebody I know," and I think everybody will feel that with this character. That somewhere along the line, you've been in her shoes at one point or another. So you want to advise her that it's okay. Just keep moving on. I went out for this role. Part of Sharon. I went out for the role because I was interested in getting back into the film industry, and this was a good start. It had a woman that was an age area that I could deal with and didn't have to compete with the younger generation, but yet could give a little bit of experience to the part, and I thought I'd be good for that. My acting experience, if you ask my family, they would say I probably was acting since I came out of the womb. But to me, I would say, I think about 2 or 3, I was in my first pageants and beauty contests, and it continued there until I was in my early teens, and then I did some commercials and some print work modeling. And by the time I was 19, 20, I was in film and doing major motion picture. I got some bit parts and eventually a small part in a film, and been trying to stay in ever since. I've done a lot of commercials in my career, and now my movie career hopefully has jump-started back up. The best part of making this movie and being in this movie, I guess, was getting the adventure to make this character come alive and make you believe that this Sharon was a real life person that you spoke to every day, and you saw me in the streets, you say, "Oh, Sharon, hey, how are you?" So I enjoyed it. What's the most difficult thing about being a lead actress in a movie? Heavy shoulders. No. I guess that everybody's staring at you and they're expecting that you know what you're doing, and you're really just like them, trying to find who this character is and bringing that person out and making them come alive. So, how did I like working with Mark Lewis? Well, he wrote and directed the film, so it was an honor, first of all, because I think he's wonderful. There's parts in every time you work with people that, you know, you come into difficult times, and he handled them very gracefully as best he could with all the craziness on the set and kept me focused. Thank you very much. He was great. Okay, how I felt about the love scene in the movie with Sharon and Thomas. Nervous. It happened to be the first time I'd ever had an on-screen kiss with anybody, no less a love scene. So I was extremely nervous that I wouldn't be able to, I don't know, do that while the film was rolling. As you can see, I'm still giggling, so it's still a little bit nerve-wracking. I would give to actors, women actors over 30, just keep going for it. You never know, it could be your turn at the next stop, you know. Sometimes life has you go off the track of your career and you're not, you know, a lot of people don't get back on. But remember, you know, there's a time in life for everything. So if you're supposed to do it at 20, you do it. If you got to keep trying. It's always out there. Look, you know, everybody needs to have, you know, a dream, so keep it alive. Do I feel this experience has made me a better actress? Most definitely. Any other role I had prior to this was a minor role, and this was, of course, the lead, and a lot was riding on the fact that the story went around my character. So I had to be fully knowledgeable about the character, know where she was, know where she was going, know what she was trying to get to. And as far as the crew, the cast and crew, they're following that. So you kind of have to have this confidence of knowing that you are reading it, how you know, the director wants to see it and how they wrote it to be, and, you know, carry that throughout the whole time you're doing the film so that they all follow suit and it can become alive in an actual production. After watching the movie, what I'd want the public to take away from the film, I guess mostly that life has a lot of bumps in it and good things and bad things that happen. But, you know, if you know, strive towards your goals and to have a good life, these things will pass and you'll get to experience new things. And so look ahead. Know that, look, if she was in the position she was in and got to where she got, anybody can do it. And that's, I think, what you should walk out smiling, knowing that it may start out a certain way, but it's never ended till it's ended. And I guess the fat lady sings, I'm not sure, but just keep going for life and try to take the ups with the downs with with ease. You get by it. Life keeps going and going. So enjoy. What do I want people to know about me? I love acting. No, I had a great time doing this movie, and I want them to know that it's available for you if you wanted to get into this, if you want to get into law, if you want to get into medicine. These things are all available for everybody. Just go out and get it, grab it. It's yours to take. And that's the kind of person I've always been. And not necessarily taking things, just I go out to get it. And that's what you need to do. Just keep moving forward and you'll get it. You'll get there.